much as possible.
Thank you. Someone would like each person to identify themselves when they speak. So whether you're the video engineer or...
Hi, my name is Cassidy. I'm the Herc pilot for this shift.
Hi, my name is Jess, and I'm the video engineering intern for this shift.
Hi, my name is Trevor, and I'm the Argus pilot.
I'm Ben. I'm the nav.
Do we have Lee back there still?
I'm Susan. I'm the Science Communication Fellow.
Comms.
Susan, the Science Communication Fellow.
Is Aubrey back there?
I can't see. There's a monitor wall.
She's busy.
She's logging
Data
data.
She's Data Inc.
Sorry, were you talking to me?
Just about you.
Okay.
Yeah, Aubrey, what are you doing back there? The world wants to know.
I'm doing some data sorting.
Beautiful.
What was
Did you
that?
see that?
Gone.
Ah,
Gone.
It was flashing.
fleeting instant. So that
Instant replay. Video. Get on it.
Oh, get on that.
Do you know it's a Canadian invention?
Slow-mo.
Really?
Instant replay, yeah.
Okay, so
Canadians got a lot of
Trevor,
good stuff.
can you answer this, or maybe someone at the ISC would prefer to answer it? Someone wants to know, why have we been hovering around for the past 2 hours instead of doing experiments? And so we
you wanna
need
answer
to
that,
clarify that we're mapping the area.
Yeah, we've been collecting really comprehensive mapping data over this kind of underexplored vent site, adjacent to a vent site that we have been exploring. So definitely haven't just been sitting around idle.
Exactly. They are performing scientific research and collecting data, a different kind of data.
The ship is now at the target, and we have like 100 meters of layback at least.
Wow.
Roger. Whenever the stern of the ship's in the right spot, feel free to stop it.
Yeah, so I guess at a
160 meters of layback.
first glance it might seem like we weren't doing anything, but we're doing some mapping, seafloor mapping.
Which was visible on the quad
Sat
view.
3?
Yeah, while it was functioning and while Chris was using it, we had that up on the quad view for audiences to follow along. And that was super fun because you could see the map being developed in real time. And maps are super important for what we do because we need to have an understanding so we're not flying blind when we're down here, and we can learn what we're looking for and how to get there.
Well, beyond navigation, mapping is real, scientific data for the geologists who are interested in the morphologies of these geological features and the spatial location of the vent sites and this area in general. It's quite
Absolutely.
important. So typically, if you don't have a ship over the ocean, what we have is data from satellite altimetry. So that's satellite data that measures variation in mean sea surface height to kind of get a coarse view into the bathymetry, the seafloor below that. But it's quite coarse. And so then you have multi-beam shipboard mapping where you can use a ship to map an area, but that is tens of meters of resolution if you're good and if it's shallow. So having ROV Hercules close to the seafloor, having this really wide view multi-beam that we have rigged up to Hercules is providing really novel, high-density spatial information for the geologists interested in the venting and the geological dynamics of the site we're at.
Thank you for that explanation.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ben. Well
great
said,
answer.
Ben. Thank you.
Sure.
Woo! Snaps for Ben.
think it's cool that you can see the thruster's reaction to my movements.
Yes.
In the Argus cam?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the laser, excuse me, is strictly for measurement, correct? 10 centimeters.
And for
across.
blasting. Sorry. Yes, it's for measurement.
Well, someone wanted to know if it was
Pew, pew.
used for anything else, and I just thought, well, I see the V that they're referring to. It's just, I understand it to be like a tool for measuring.
Yeah, they're parallel. So they're make a V the same way train tracks make a V as they go off into the sunset.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it helps reference for perception as well, so you understand if something is really tiny and close up or really big and far away.
Jess, are you on SBL?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I can hear.
Oh, okay.
Just blocking me out, Cassidy.
I'm not, I promise. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I was just saying how the lasers are, you know, they're good for measuring when we want to identify the size of like our rock samples or the creatures in front, but they also help with perception. So we know how far away something is.
So will several of you, like Trevor and Ben, will you be continuing on the other expeditions?
Yeah. Come back to me.
Ben, are you going to stay on?
Yeah, I'll come back for a leg between American Samoa and Hawaii.
Really cool.
Yeah, I'll be
I'm
a
on.
neat
I'm on 5
mapping
more
and
cruises this year.
exploration
5, wow.
expedition.
So is that going to be 27 for you?
I don't remember.
Glitch, glitch, glitch.
Do I still have that open? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So Hercules is about 100 meters to the target.
Thanks, Ben.
17 science cruises plus 4 shakedowns is 21. Plus 5 more, yeah. That'll be 26 total on Nautilus.
Wow.
How many days is that?
I don't want to know.
Do you get a sea time letter?
I don't know what that means.
Take that as a no. So people who are sailors and work on ships typically get a sea time letter that identifies how many days they've spent at sea, and it's basically a qualification to prove to future jobs or other places that you have the time put in and the skills.
Trevor has a sea time novel.
Yeah.
I do have an hours log for piloting time. I log all my hours on the stick and on the arm and with
That's
different vessels and stuff.
That's really smart. Should
It's
do
easier
that.
to do when you're doing it than later.
So is everything like that.
Didn't you just supersede your time as a Hercules pilot?
I
to
did,
Argus?
yeah. Last night or something.
I think everyone
That's my-
should congratulate Trevor. I should have been more vocal about that. Congrats, Trevor.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
2 nights ago or
congrats,
something.
Trevor. Woo! Snaps for Trevor.
Also, congratulations to my promotion.
To your what?
Promotion to
Yeah.
Herc pilot.
Yes.
you.
Now I'm
Very
over.
Snaps for
nice. Very good.
Cassidy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Woo.
Cassidy.
Just kidding.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Knock on wood. Touch wood.
Touch wood.
Touch it.
Yeah, you can't say it and not do it.
Don't worry, Lee. We just saw like 5 hands just shoot to the edge of the desk.
Hey, Lee, what if you're already
Okay.
leaning on wood and then you say touch wood? Do you have to do another action?
I feel like you physically have to touch it with your hand.
What if I'm leaning on it with my hand?
I don't know.
Technicality.
Tough question.
You
Technicality.
got him on
yeah.
a technicality.
So I had a friend in high school
It's a TIE
who's
fighter.
very
Ooh.
superstitious.
Wow.
And they actually said that you're not supposed to
Oracle
knock on
324.
wood, or like instead of knocking on wood, you have to knock on air because wood burns. And like
What?
if wood were to burn, it like loses its supernatural quality of keeping the good luck. So
What?
you knock on air, so because wood burns.
Okay, Cassidy, your bearing to target now is 290 or 280.
280. Okay, so
I'm gonna.
Ben, also our location might not be great because we've been losing beams every now and then up at 80 meters altitude.
Got Roger.
So once we're a little closer, we can come down and reacquire bottom
Okay.
lock and get the target.
Got it. Yeah, there's so much layback. I'm a little.
So
you
much
see that?
layback.
So much layback.
I love all the jellies.
A lot of squishy animals.
I don't really understand this question, but perhaps somebody can help me. Where is it now?
One more time.
1 second, let me get my glasses on here. It was about the
sure.
difference.
If you're at the right spot, then
excuse
yeah,
me.
do it.
Okay.
Oh, you're way past. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought we were stopping like a long time ago.
How much
We're way overshot.
resolution difference between sonar mapping from the ship and Hercules multi-beam mapping? That was the question. How much resolution difference? This is not my area of expertise at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a question for Ben. Take a second. He's busy
Okay.
doing some navigation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, by resolution, they're referencing the quality of the map and how much detail you can see in it.
Mhm.
And they want to know what the difference is between, like, how much better is the resolution on the Hercules sonar than it is on the ship sonar.
Okay.
And yeah, that would be a question for our navigator mapper.
So we're at Gorda Ridge off the coast of Northern California and Oregon at the base of the Juan de Fuca plate. Excuse me, plate. And we are exploring hydrothermal vents with NASA subsea scientists. Dr. Darlene Lim is the principal investigator for the expedition, and they've been collecting samples of rocks for geologists to study and microbes
Let's start going down a little bit. You good for that?
Yep.
Okay.
for scientists from Woods Hole Oceanographic Research Institute to study the
You're probably going to want
thermophiles
to go
in
down
this
to
area,
like 70%.
archaea, and
100%
excuse
you'll
me,
be
bacteria.
faster than me.
Does it say the percentage somewhere?
Oops. 100% right now.
Okay.
We also collected samples of the fluids of the water to determine the chemical composition in each area. So it's been quite extensive, as well as mapping the area so they can return at some point. Trevor, someone would like to know, how much practice do you need to be a pilot before you go on an expedition?
This is Cassidy's first expedition. So the internship program is a great way to get involved and come out with sometimes little to no experience at all and learn it all on the job.
Yep.
Cassidy, did you have experience with ROVs previously?
Only a little bit, not an extremely significant amount.
You could say she's learned it on the fly.
But I did see her scholarly behavior when she came in with a huge book on ROVs. She's my roommate.
I was borrowing
and,
that from someone.
Well,
You have a book on ROVs? That's cool.
she does. Doesn't matter that you borrowed it. You made the attempt to
What?
research it.
Detritus. We have had ROV interns out before. with almost no experience, never been on a ship, never worked with robotics even, aside from stuff in school. So experience is not necessarily a
Right.
qualifying factor for the internship program. It can help, but it's not required by any means.
You shouldn't be discouraged because you don't have any experience in this field.
Absolutely. Attitude's everything.
Exactly. Hey, Ben, so we had a quick question earlier if you're ready to answer.
He's actually busy.
He's actually busy? He doesn't want to talk to you. With a question? Yeah, so someone was just asking what the resolution difference was between Herc's sonar versus the sonar aboard the ship.
Can you get on, are you on SPL, Ben?
Oh, no, sorry. Orders of magnitude difference, but there
One
is...
order of magnitude, two.
Yeah, it was a
So you
one.
don't get anything for free. So for instance, I think the shipboard multi-beam is gridded to a resolution of tens of meters.
Right, but you can get a,
So
survey
with
a larger
Hercules,
area.
we have gotten a resolution of like point, let's see,
I think I heard
like
Chris
5
say
centimeters,
centimeters. Yeah,
4 centimeters.
I think I've heard
But
him say
again,
that before.
you know, these type of sensor surveys are always going to be an optimization problem. So how much do you want to cover synoptically at one moment in time
Right.
versus how dense you want the data to be? So these are kind of trade-offs that
Right.
are, you know,
With an
for
orbit,
optimization.
how small of a resolution could you get?
Attitude is 7 and 6.
Roger. I'm at 30.
ISC, this is Saiwan.
And we see bottom.
Ben, let's go 120.
One, 2, 0.
ISC, this is Saiwan.
So it's not just the sonars, but it's how you're using the sonars, right? So if you change the sampling frequency, that'll also change the area? Well, no. The frequency...
So it's the spatial extent of the beam you form, so
Right.
how wide it is, and then how high you are from the seafloor, which
Right.
actually ends up changing your ping rate.
Right.
Because the closer you are, that time of flight becomes shorter, and you get more points per unit time.
Right.
So these are
So
beyond
point
just
being,
the actual.
yeah, it's just not just the actual sonar on the ROV or on the ship. It's just how you're using it as well, and in what
Yeah.
area.
So when you're purchasing a sonar, there is for sure more specific optimizations you want for how that system is optimized for in hardware, and then using it is another optimization. Again, everything is, you don't get anything for free. It's always an optimization.
So let's talk piloting for a sec here.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You know where you're going to the target there?
I heard one something.
151 is the answer.
151.
ISC, this
Then
is
it's the
Saiwan.
answer.
So you want to turn to starboard.
151.
151.
105. No.
Yeah, you're about 30 meters from the physical target. And
ISC, this is Saiwan. Do you copy?
And once we get close, we'll sit still for a sec and get a USBL reset.
yeah.
Okay.
ISC, we copy.
Hi, Shannon. Just to let you know, we're about 10 meters from our target site at GT1. I just want to confirm your SOP for this geotransit. Is it as in the SOP, or are there any amendments to that?
We're getting an echo over here, so I think I understand what you said. it's a normal geotransit. Get to that approximate location, the specific
Can you turn on
coordinates,
the
not
compass?
clutch. It's not like a target.
They've brightened up.
And then progress from there along the line, keeping seafloor in view as a traditional geotransit.
Copy that. So keep it in view as a traditional geotransit with the frame grabs every 30 seconds, lasers in shot.
All right, so we're about 20 meters from the target. So if it's not a very specific point, if you want me to start tracking us towards GT2, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Makes sense to me.
great.
Does it make sense to science?
I think so. I was just standing by to see if we could get confirmation from ISC, but I think that's
So I
correct.
can
that's
hold
what
position
they
right
were
now
saying.
for a sec.
Great.
All
So
three
we're going to
autos,
just do a DVL reset and then head off.
all green. Yeah, and then we'll sit there for a minute or so. Ben will reset his little pings on ROV Nav or NavG. Do you want to do that now, Ben? And then we'll give it a minute, get some pings, and then we'll know where we are.
For information regarding the internships, I suggest go to the nautiluslive.org page and go to the education tab, and there will be information about the internships.
Yeah, Trevor had a great comment earlier in another dive about the internships, and definitely don't sell yourself short. There is no reason for you not to apply. Let the people who make those decisions make that decision. Don't automatically cancel yourself out because you don't know what kind of experiences you've had that might make you an excellent candidate for this. And like we said, it's a lot of it has to do with attitude. If you can work well in small spaces with the same people day in and day out, and you have a really good attitude about it, then we can teach you the skills and the knowledge. You don't necessarily have to have that right away. Just a great outlook and a great attitude will take you really far. So don't be afraid to apply. Take those opportunities.
Right, and if you're not selected the first year, reapply.
Absolutely.
Persistence is the key in life.
That
All
is
right,
one of
I'm
Dr.
good
Ballard's
for a
main
DVL reset if you want to take off auto
quotes
XMI when
is
you're ready.
you got to be persistent, and you got to be a dog with a bone.
The
You got to want it, and you got to
USBL
keep
has
going
been
for
pretty
it.
good actually. So. All right, are you off?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, you're good.
You can go back in.
Okay, auto XY's on.
I had a research position last summer
Can you
that
zoom
I
in on
had
high pack,
applied
please?
for, and I was denied the first time. I went through the application process and I was rejected.
Ben, can you
And
zoom in on
I
high
applied
pack,
again
please?
the next
Yeah,
year,
1 second.
and I got it. And that's actually also how I got a job with the Inner Space Center. I was rejected, and I applied again and talked to some people, and I ended up having to volunteer instead of working.
So looks like the first couple
but it led to a
steps,
job anyway.
we'll have to go eastward with the ship
So,
to bring Argus
never
eastward.
take no for an answer.
Yep. All right, I'm going to do that right now.
Exactly.
Can I go southeast as I do that?
The world is
Sure.
too full
Okay,
of
great.
adventures for
I'm
you to
gonna
miss
do
out on them
1
because you think you're not qualified.
130.
And don't feel negative and reject it. Maybe they had fulfilled their quota that year, and next year will be a better year.
That has happened a lot. I know from
Video
the
standby. Can I just
Sure.
have a quick thank you? Front row.
Hello.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Yeah? Is everything set?
Yeah,
Yep.
the ship is starting its movements now, and then we're going to start our geotransect momentarily.
We have DVL
Excellent.
reset and we're heading off.
Dopplers would reset. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
I see this is Cybon. We're going to commence our geotransit imminently.
Dr. Marsh, have you noticed the growth of studies in hydrothermal vents over the years?
Stand by. We're just going to get this geotransit
Sure.
on the on the move first to
course.
make
Yeah,
sure
your
our
bearing
colleagues
to
at
target
ISC are happy
is
with it.
175. So this is the bearing to this. We're nominally at GT1. This will be the bearing to the end, GT2. That's
Okay.
175.
Thanks.
We're going to have about 1.3 kilometers to go. So I'm going to step around with Argus for a little bit, and then I'll track a line once we're good. If that sounds good to you guys.
Yep.
Great.
Okay.
Nice. And now you can come out of auto XY and start moving around.
Okay, I want to fix the heading first.
Sure. If it's within 5 degrees, you're fine.
Okay.
And you can also adjust it using these buttons too, in 5 meter or whatever 5 degree increments.
Okay, so it's varying. It's going to try to go back to this though, right?
This is your goal here, 170.
Oh,
And you can,
okay.
if you change it, you just click that button there, heading starboard. There you go.
Cool. Great. All right.
So now, now that you're not transiting, it might be wise to dial back the joy gain to, everyone has a different preference. I usually do 3/4, so 0.74. Some people do 0.5. Depends on what you get the feel for. But if you go full stick, then because you never need the full range of the stick, you get more range of control with the same amount of movement.
Okay.
So you can play around with that. Just try different settings if you want and see what feels right for you.
Okay.
It's all about the nice, slow, steady movements.
Are these starfish on the bottom?
He's kind of adorable, a little pudgy one.
So do
And
you focus more on Argus cam or
on
the
Herc.
Zeus?
Herc and bubble. So you
Herc
can
and
see on the
bubble.
top. So you're going a little fast right now, but it's not so bad. It'll be fine once the ship starts moving. But you see on the right
shadows.
side, there's the shadow there.
Yeah.
When you're in auto altitude, this isn't a big deal. But when you're flying it manually, those shadows are so helpful to knowing where you're at, up, down wise. If you're not don't have a good view from Argus or whatever, the shadows are key to knowing how far off you are.
Okay.
All right, when we're almost done with this ship move, and bringing Argus a little closer to you, I'm going to track a line at 0.5 knots directly to the target. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as you're in that line, the GT1, GT2 line with
Got it.
yeah, and with the
With
thing
Argus,
then.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of like ophiuroids, brittle stars buried in the sediment,
Oh yeah, I see
eating
them.
away.
We've seen a couple of Corymorpha as well, the hydrozoans. I don't know if you've seen those, Ben.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'll point one out when I see another one.
Like a bunch of polypi hydroids is what you hydrozoans?
Hydrozoan,
Yeah.
yeah. It's from the family Corymorphidae. It looks like a palm tree hydrozoan.
Oh, cool.
Kind of cool.
So are we waiting for a ship move?
No, we're in the middle of a ship move right now.
Waiting
so
for
we're
Argus
waiting for
to
the reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm heading a little east to get to you guys.
Argus has slow reflexes.
Yeah, so slow. Bottleneck
Slow, what are you
Argus.
Go to the
doing?
doctor and like tap the knee and
Yeah.
Like 5
go have a
minutes
coffee
later.
break and then come back and wah!
You guys ever try that on yourself? That
Yep.
reflex trick?
Totally.
I still love doing it.
It like feels all out of control. Why is this one all ransom notey?
What does it say?
Probably because it's a ransom note.
Okay,
Ed missed one.
Roger.
Yeah, it must have been the butt cam. And now it's bub.
Oh yeah, okay. Also, port is underlined. That's neat too. There's so much depth to this.
Let's dissect the key panels.
Yeah.
Be
I mean,
artistic.
you don't want it to be. You don't want to be confused if it's upside down. 'Cause obviously, port upside down is another word.
Video, this is Saiwan.
Go ahead, Saiwan.
Trod.
Hi Jess, just a quick question for you. I don't know if it's just a function of the fact that there's quite a lot of marine snow, but we're getting quite a bit of backscatter and it's quite blown out at the bottom. Is there anything we can do with the light? Or is
I
it
can bring it down a bit. I'm
gain?
trying to give Cassidy enough distance, but
yeah, of course. No, I understand. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, if that works for you guys. If it doesn't work for Hercules, then by all means get it back to what it was.
I'm okay with that, Lee.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Due east, you say? Oh, no, you can keep stepping this 45. What is that?
140.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
great. Just tell me what you think about this, Ben. I haven't really thought it through in my head.
Yeah.
There's always the thought of going too far, and then Argus has gone too far east or back or whatever.
Right.
How would...
Oh, no.
You do this first. This is more important.
Is that a high pack crash? Is that what happens there?
It seems that way.
I think that happens with the KVM when someone takes that monitor on or takes the control of that monitor somewhere. Because it's still on, it's on plan.
Yeah.
You have high.
I'm just looking. This
I
is
see.
on HiPAC plan.
Yeah, go for data. I was trying to push view to the lounge. Did I take control? Copy. Stand by.
Trevor?
I can't see high pack, so should I do another move? Add another 10
good,
meters?
Good question.
Or
I think
can
you're
go
okay
south.
at the end of this move.
All right, so
So
I'm
here's
at
what I was
the
saying
end of this
earlier
move.
is if we overshoot it, so instead of tracking in line, what if we do like a couple 50-meter steps just along the way, and then we see where Argus settles out, then put a track line
yeah,
in from
to
there?
me that's more intuitive.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
for
what I was
sure.
thinking too. So
Yeah, I was trying to bring us a little south, but then I didn't want to delay us, so. Yeah,
Sure, cool.
Exactly. All right. So can you just tell me, since I can, is it
175 would be fine for now.
175. Okay, great.
We can correct later too.
Yeah, Ben, that should restored it. Let me know if you need anything else.
Do you want me to try to take it? You want me to? Or you got it? You got it. Do you know the password? Yeah.
Can you see that really big starfish off to the left?
Yes.
Ben, let me know if there's a way I can help you.
Yeah, it looks like when someone took control of it downstairs, they've all compressed themselves into high-pack plan.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just means we have to get control of high-pack plan and then move the window across.
Yep. But it's not working for him.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
can't
no.
get high pack plan. So I'm going to try to blame or what.
Give me a shout if you need me to get anyone from the data lab.
Sure, 1 second.
Yeah, no one has control of high-pack plan.
Yeah, I can't grab it, so I'm going to try to blame, and then I'll go.
I looked at the blame screen, but I can't.
Yeah, stand by.
Who's that?
That's Wayne. You can start going out ahead.
Yeah.
I'll line you up 175 too.
Thanks.
Okay, Bridge has control of HiPAC survey right now. Nobody has HiPAC plan. So the next person to grab HiPAC plan should have control.
Why did I lose engineer?
Okay, copy. I'll go track Justin down. Stand by.
Information obtained from this type of research provides clues, keys to understanding evolution, whether it's the evolution of the Earth, our solar system, or of life itself. So life evolved out of the oceans. So perhaps we'll gain some insight and some keys to understanding the tree of life after obtaining this information and data. The lights of Hercules are what provide the color that you're presently seeing, otherwise it's dark. Light cannot reach to these depths. That is why organisms cannot photosynthesize, because sunlight cannot reach. And that is why it's so fascinating and the discovery of chemosynthetic organisms at this level provide more information about the possibility of life here on Earth and possibly on other planets.
Yeah, we're in the process of resetting it. Stand by.
Yeah. Been a hard shift.
I like being busy. I just like having my screens that I need to do that.
to do the busyness, yeah.
Yeah.
We're off the coast of Northern California and Oregon aboard Nautilus, researching the the hydrothermal vents at Gorda Ridge for NASA subsea scientists.
You got it, Ben.
Babby Argus.
The Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute researchers, Dr. Sarah Hu and Dr. Amy Smith, will be looking at the microbiological development and morphology of the microbes, as well
Seems
as
great. Yeah, let's do some
performing
line
DNA
action.
analysis to answer your question. First, the challenge is finding a medium that they can grow on.
Okay. Beautiful. Nice. Okay.
New species are always being discovered, especially in the ocean.
Yeah, so
So we do not
stand
know
by.
all that exists. And
Yeah.
perhaps you're one of the people who will continue to explore, to make those discoveries.
That's okay. That's okay, Ben. It's not your fault. No.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're in the middle of a watch change.
Thank you for following. I look forward to speaking with everyone again soon. Signing off, Susan Groff. Bye-bye. I encourage you to go to nautiluslive.org and explore the website. It has a lot of wonderful resources for you and your community, schools, churches, museums, organizations. And you can also ask questions there when exploration is in session. So I encourage, even if you're only going for 15 minutes a day or every other day, to continue the exploration with your family. It's a great topic of discussion, and they can explore career choices as well and follow different expeditions.
Final watch, final dive. We have the Giggle Gang in the front row.
Let's bring this home.
The Giggle Gang. And the serious scientists in the back.
No. I don't know, where are they? I can't. Still looking.
All right, so we had another successful watch change, which is way better than an unsuccessful watch change. So Gabby, do you even remember how to take numbers?
I'm a little rusty.
Three. Which four? Which four are you talking about?
That sounds backwards to me.
Depending on which way you're counting. I thought we were counting down. It's the final countdown. Final watch, final dive, final countdown. There'll be none of that. Gotta be careful. Next thing you know, we're gonna be doing puns. I think that's about rising to the occasion, personally, but.
Hey, Greg, when do they expect glass coffins to come into popularity?
I don't know.
Remains to be seen.
Oh, I knew that. You're laughing at the fact that I knew that?
So someone just wants to share with you that they're from the UK and they finished their second year as a marine biology student.
Nice.
And because of your channel, it's been a blessing. And that a big thanks to the whole crew for all your hard work.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that? Did they leave a name?
They don't have a name. They're from the UK.
Welcome.
Known
yes.
as the UK
future UK marine biologist.
Mm-hmm.
marine biologist.
And then somebody else says, so how do you guys pass the time when you're not on watch? Is there much to do on the Nautilus?
We research puns.
We eat.
Oh, there's quite a bit to do.
There's a lot of work to be done off
Yeah.
watch.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And people are on really crazy 4-hour on, 4-hour off watches, right? And so people try and sleep when they can, but it's not a very large ship, and everyone shares rooms. And so, like Miles said, it's just really busy, and you're trying to be conscientious of everything you're doing in order to support the work, in order to make sure that you get some sleep so you can support the work well, and that you can, you know, support your teammates who need to get some rest and so forth. And then it's just keeping on top of everything. The ROV team does a lot of maintenance. There's a lot of data processing in the data lab, data preparation, hardware preparation, software preparation. There's a lot of thinking and talking. So the days go really quickly, and it's, you know, a funny kind of joke that we keep talking about. We don't know what day it is. We just know what dive
Tuesday.
it is. Yeah, it's always Tuesday.
It's always Tuesday.
But it's basically because the days blend into nights, and you're sleeping not necessarily when you would sleep on shore, and it's busy every single moment. And people try and stay healthy and, you know, go down to the gym and things like that. So but
We're
there's
just waiting on the swing in.
it's always something to do.
Don't want to touch the transom since we're backing down. Yeah, time dilation can happen real quick when you have one long sleep and then one short sleep sort of a day when you get tired, and days don't always pass as quickly as you think when you sleep and you're waking up twice a day.
For a while, this cruise, I was doing like 3 and 3 or like 3 and 4, sometimes 4 and 4. It was nice when that ended. It was after one of the watches here. It was just like I was in bed by 8:10.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
dedicated.
there's no messing around. Like,
It's hard to keep to your watch schedule when you're in a holding pattern, isn't it? Like I found I fell off really quickly. You have to be really disciplined about keeping your watch sleep schedule and on schedule.
yeah. Yeah, it seems like the downlight doesn't work. You gotta make sure number 5 is not just old. There, go ahead. Maybe I should just put my hand in front of it. Well, tilt your camera up. Just swim on down. There you go.
No, it's live.
That's live. Babby Argus.
It's live, yeah.
Yeah, I never heard back from Rennie today.
Rennie.
I've been talking to him.
Yeah, I'm personally hurt, actually. I asked him if he knew about Bobby Argus's niece, and there was no response.
Maybe he's jealous from all the attention that Babby's getting.
Oh man, we were just off from some rocks.
That would have been cool. Some rocks.
Oh, you got some more coming up.
Yeah, but there's a big one. Totally missing the big one. Getting like,
Here, maybe I can light it up.
Can I?
yeah, look at all this stuff we're not seeing. Apparently,
we need to increase the laser power.
Yeah.
We need a deeper.
Create some rifts.
We need a deeper trench.
Create a plate margin.
Pretty much at tether extent. We still allowed to zoom on interesting things? Oh,
I
he's
see
gone.
rocks ahead.
Oh, man.
You got a 20-meter rise ahead of you?
The current is actually constantly turning me a little bit to east.
Can you? It's making you yaw? That's interesting.
Well, if you're going forward and the current's pushing like this, then you just... Right.
Miles, what is our bearing right now? What's the ship's?
175.
Oh,
Okay.
we have features.
So, Greg, I was not at the right heading, so when I turn there, you're going to see that you've sort of gone off to the rhubarb, yeah.
Just come west, Greg.
So if you'll just move yourself away from the rhubarb, we can get going again.
Working away from the rhubarb.
Right
Okay.
when it got interesting.
Yeah.
Back to the mud.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right. There's more ahead of us.
Most of the ocean floor.
It's true. We generally get to see the good stuff.